be a big factor alongside Yacine, who is also fragging really well.
Well, round 2 is about to kick off here on Haven. We've got Prodigy and Bonk round 2. It's a 1-0 advantage for Prodigy. Let's see what happens. High block and Gaskin, enjoy it.
Thank you very much. All right, well, I mean, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say it, Hypoc, it is a shame that the first map ended in that way, and we were really robbed of a very exciting end. But alas, that's what happens. Sometimes there are bugs, and we just have to go with it. And at least the players were all okay with it. That is what matters as well. But we are going to see now a map that has a different kind of feel to it than Split. Of course, we've got the 3 sites that everyone knows at this point, as one player has already been able to work their way down middle. Melonhead is the one I was talking about being aggressive and being the player to watch out for, but he's not able to do anything from that distance with the classic. Turko takes him out, and now that means that they're going to be in a 5 versus 4 here. Potentially thinking about a C push, probably through the garage.
Oh, Yacine going to peek out of the dark cover, though. Going to find Rhyme in mid with the ghost, so maybe slowing down a push. But here you go. The rotation comes out to C, and actually Ziz is already over there. Luckerrr can get herself onto the site, but Ziz will find Hip, and that's going to slow down the push again. But everybody already stacked up on site. Now Ziz going to find a second in the form of Turko. Actually going to counter peek onto garage, but pAura going to find 2 coming out there. Yacine will trade that back. Luckerrr will find the trade now. So down to a 1v1. Bonkar pushing all the way out of the defensive spawn onto site now, and actually going to find him coming back down onto long. There you go, we'll land the shots with the classic, and that will be on round going over to Bonk.
And Bonk yet again not running the Sage here. We don't see the Viper, but instead we see Sova being introduced into the mix. Prodigy also not running the Reyna this time round. We see Hip moving from Reyna over to Sage as well. We've got luckerrr on Jet, which is going to be pretty scary yet again with his opping capabilities. But it is going to be a force up from Prodigy here. They're saying, all right, well, we don't want to go for the normal round 2 loss. Instead, we're going to buy up some SMGs, got some stingers in the back pocket. We'll see what they can do with it. Let's see whether they're going to push very fast here or whether they're going to wait. It looks like they want to go into garage, but first point of contact will be Yacine, and Yacine can hit these shots, but he doesn't connect with that one just quite enough, as luckerrr is able to get the trade through the door. Melonhead must find Rhyme through the smoke as well. And Sayf now pushing onto the site. But a lot of damage already been done in the early stage of this round by Bonk. Prodigy pretty weak at this point.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see luckerrr switch over to the Jet here. Obviously, Hip coming off the Reyna onto Sage. Again, we know what work luckerrr was doing with the operator in the previous map. So it's going to be good to see the switch up here. See if we see some more aggressive plays from him. Bonkar now with the spy cam. Probably going to catch somebody just coming out. As soon as he just moved it away at the last second. So all 3 of these guys are going to get up unnoticed now. He's out of the spy cam. He's checking the back of Heaven. Now he's going to pop back into it. There you go. He's going to catch all 3 on the spy cam. pAura gets tagged. Cyber cage is popped now. You can see all the information here. All of it for free. And there you go. Bonkar going to find luckerrr with the Spectre. Spike will go down on default though. Flash comes out. Sayf will find pAura. 1 player left. Turko on site now. He's going to flash out, find 1, but he gets traded out. And that will be a defuse. 3 members will stay alive on the side of Bonk. Nice hold coming out there. Almost really awkward timing there, but again, he popped back into the spy cam, so all 3 of them walking out silent.
So the force up not working out for Prodigy this time around, and means they'll have to most likely sacrifice the 3rd round to Bonk. And then they'll look for rifles in a round number 4. You can see that money pretty dreadful. Sheriffs can potentially be purchased. I mean, we have seen some pretty terrifying rounds from players with sheriffs and ghosts, and they are terrifying weapons, to be honest. We'll see if we can see anything from Prodigy, but at this point, Bonk look fairly comfortable with their holds. And now they've got what should be a comfortable 3rd round here.
And actually, just to mention it again, Bonk not running the Sage. I don't know if we talked about that already, Dan, but we'll see how it works out for obviously Prodigy this time around, switching up their, not really the composition, again, trading Jet out for Reyna, but a couple of mix-ups, as I said. Hip already dropping onto the Sage. Sayf now going to owl drawing out a mid, but looks like we got a little bit of a push coming onto A again. Spy cam going to get spotted out now. That's going to give the information over. You can also see the Sova coming back through. Cages do get popped, but Spike more than likely going to go down. But Sayf actually going to find Turko here. Peel back a little bit. Cloudburst will cover off. There you go. Spike planted now. And pAura's got himself into the corner here. A little bit of a crossfire setup coming out of the spawn. Bonkar going to jump down, find 2, and that'll be his 3rd for the round. Still 1 member up, but I don't think pAura's going to challenge at this point.
3-0 as expected. And Bonkar just soaring out of window there as soon as he had the information from the Sova dart. I mean, that is what Sova can offer. Like, so much information can be gathered. I know it was a weak buy, but still, everything was there for him. He spots 1-2 because of it, and then straight out of the window onto the box. Power play from Bonkar, just asserting his dominance onto the site. But okay, 3-0. We can forget about those rounds now for Prodigy. It's about what they can do with some rifles. Like, what are their setups? What are their executes going to look like? If you've got the jet, are you going to be putting an op on jet? Yes, you are. Lucker's going to buy up the op, so he's going to look for those early picks like he so easily found in Split, to be honest. Too easily at times. Who's going to be able to help him out as Hip now on the Sage is not going to be able to be as aggressive as he once was on the Reyna. So someone else is going to have to be playing entry for him at this point. Still some SMGs for Bonk, trying to keep their economy as healthy as possible. There's silence across the field at the moment as everyone's still spread relatively thin. A little bit of a push towards B, but they are going to be pushing right into Lucker. Melonhead just poking out of the cloudburst there at the wrong time. And that does mean now the man advantage for Prodigy. Bonk going to have to be a little bit careful as to where they're setting up now. A lot more angles to check. There is going to be a battle on C here as well. Rhyme's able to take down Ziz in some Omen on Omen action. And now that is going to be the cue for everyone to stomp towards C here.
Yeah, fantastic entry there. Ziz just playing that lurk around on the C side. Sayf did upgrade himself from a Spectre to an Operator, but dark cover going down is not going to give him an opportunity to peek in. Stop the spike from going down. You see the plant for long now. 2 players going to pull back all the way to the bottom of C long. Now, 3v5 retake. I think they're just going to look for something. If they can get an entry or 2, maybe they'll force in, but I don't think it's wise considering the economy and obviously the weapons they look to save.
I think Bonk, they knew that this round was going to be somewhat difficult considering they still were holding the SMGs going into it. I am surprised. I mean, after you've been given the 3rd round. Wait, is Bonkar going to try and go for a little ninja here? They're running away from it. Oh, he does shoot. He does manage to take down one. Rhyme is going to be eliminated. Not going to be enough time to get the defuse now. I would have been half tempted to get there to just see if they run away from the spike. Doesn't happen as much. We don't see very many ninja diffusers in Valorant. It's not like Counter-Strike where it can happen because of the audio cues, of course. But Bonk just giving away that 4th round, not opting to buy up, and instead now they have the money to do so. And they have done a little bit of damage to the economy of Prodigy whilst doing so.
I think they just wanted to get the Operator out of the hands of Lucker there. You could see, obviously, a push coming in. Yacine trying to shut that down, but Lucker hitting a nice shot to stay alive. Again, maybe just, like you said, some economy damage towards the end of the round. Looks like we're going to have we've got 4 members of the defense over towards A. No information initially. Attackers backing up into their own spawn, but you can see they've actually got pretty much a safe entry into B here. pAura's going to find Bonker as well. So maybe going to force a rotate back out. Melonhead going to find pAura though, and as you can see, the wall is going to go down, cutting off A link. Spike will get planted for window now, so I like this reactionary play here. Sayf outside A link here, and Ziz might find himself a kill in garage, but Rhyme gonna actually spot him out. Paranoia comes out. There you go, gonna jump up, find that one. Lucker did pop the Blade Storm. He's got a kill onto Sayf to start that off, but again, they just need to peel out to mid, but I mean, it's a 2v1 retake situation here for Bonk. Rolling Thunder going to get popped as well, actually, as Ziz forces in. Does land in Cubby. The dark cover is outside. There you go. Melonhead going to peek out, get his 3rd for the round. Shut down Lucker on the Blade Storm. Get himself the Operator. Ziz will stick the defuse. Really good retake there.
A good retake, but a lot of resources to do so. 2 ultimates popped. Omen using his ult just to try and gain the information, see where that player was on site. Bonk obviously felt like that was a very important round to win, and you can see why, looking at the economy now. Prodigy are going to be on an eco round, and Bonk somewhat more comfortable. We are going to see a double op available for them, Sayf and melonhead, and we saw what melonhead was able to do with it on split.
How do we feel about the use of the dragon's skin on the Vandal, but not the knife?
It's upsetting me. That's all I'll say. I want to see everybody running the operator skin on it, and I also want to see everybody running the knife skin. That's just me personally, though. The Vandal, I can take it or leave it.
Not everyone can commit to an entire bundle, Moses. Some people just say,
pAuras? I mean, come on. Go all the way in.
I mean, I agree. When you get so much of a discount, you just get the whole bundle. At least that's what I did anyway. But
it is a bargain. Come on.
It really is. What else would you spend $120 on, really?
Wow, was it that much? Damn. 4-1 and a technical pause between these two teams. And do we think Prodigy could have done a little bit better with the hold there? There was a couple of questionable post-plant positions.
I mean, the wall went down to A-Link, and obviously they planted 4 windows. So I don't know why we didn't... We had people forcing a fight, an engagement over towards A-Link there, and that was where a couple of players fell. At that point, if you've still got the wall up, I mean, you can still make a play back out to mid-window. And again, with the agents that were left, I don't think, other than the dark cover, there's not really any way to cut the sightlines off, right? They still had the opportunity to play mid there.
Maybe dark cover is enough of a scare factor, but Bonk having a Sova means that, of course, you've got the recon available and you can essentially stop anyone on the plant. But either way, Prodigy now on the eco, and they'd be walking straight into melonhead, but melonhead gets flashed away. Is he going to go for the repeak? Yes, he does. He gets the information, but he doesn't get the kill. Prodigy, noticing the op there, now are retreating with just one member staying for the fake. Whereas everyone else is going to be looking to go towards window here, as there has been a somewhat heavy rotate. 3 members over towards A, but having the one player just close to B in case means that they should be all right at this point. So we're going to be down to that Omen just to try and create a little bit of a distraction here to keep those players at A. Dark cover is available for him. pAura now heading back towards A, and it looks like they're going for the double bluff here.
You see, I see 3 members going down short. We've still got 2 down on long. So that operator being in heaven in the hands of melonhead, as you said, we've already seen what he's capable of doing with it. He might catch himself a kill here. Oh, he misses that one. Finds the second one through the dark cover. They are going to get onto site though, but as you can see, the kill's going in favor of the defense. Dark cover going to get popped out onto the spawn side. Not going to catch that one, but the paint shell might do a little bit damage. Oh my word, Hip finds it with the sheriff. Melon's going to lose his life up in heaven. He does have the res available. I'm not sure if it's worth investing at this point. Oh, Rhyme just managed to avoid that recon bolt as well, so the information's not going to come over. This player is in hell. He actually misses the first. Bonkar is going to find him. Again, res not going to get invested. Bonkar will find 4 on the round. That is a clean retake there. Again, against pistol, so yeah, a little bit sketchy for a second there, but good retake nonetheless.
Yeah, decent decision as well from melonhead. As soon as he spotted that there were 5 down A long, excuse me, he instantly retreated back to heaven as soon as it was comfortable to do so, and gave up the site. Because they only had the pistols, they were more than happy to go for a retake instead. At least he was able to connect with one of those op shots through the dark cover as well. Could have been a little bit difficult if he wasn't able to find a pick, but now with a full buy here for Prodigy. Op available for luckerrr as well. Is he going to challenge melonhead here? There's going to be several players down long. This is a very aggressive push from Bonk. 4 members were stacked towards A. Boombot connects with a little bit of damage. Bonkar will clean up luckerrr at the same time, and pAura now is going to try and do some damage at short. But what a decision that was from Bonk to say, look, we think they're going to go A again. Maybe they're going to go for the ego challenge because they have seen me with the op here on A long, but pAura takes down melonhead. The res comes through, and now suddenly, just like that, advantage goes to Prodigy whilst attacking. They burst onto the site, and it looks like Bonk are going to give this one up yet again. Group up and go for the retake. Yacine might be able to take down one, but at least he gets responded by Rhyme. And even though Hunter's Fury is there, it's not going to be enough here, Hypok, and it looks like Bonk maybe going to have to sacrifice this round unless they do something special.
Yeah, Neural Theft going to get popped out again. The information shouldn't be that important. They're going to know that they're holding on site here. One player stacked over towards Graffiti. One still holding behind default. Again, very tricky situation here. Ziz going to rotate round to Heaven, leaving his teammate down the defensive spawn side. Paranoia actually going to get pushed through. They might actually look to peek onto this. Rhyme will get taken down by Ziz, so that's putting it into a 2v2. This is still doable here. Going to find Hip on Graffiti as well, but Turko still alive on short. Here you go, going to come a flashpoint out.
Oh.
Ziz still going to find him though, but does he have time? Is he going to do?
Yeah.
Yes, he's definitely got time here as well. That's a fantastic retake from these guys. Really, really impressive play. The timing on those peaks, really, really clean.
I mean, I said they were going to need something special, and that was something special. Just winning so many individual fights and coordinating and pushing together.
Ziz finding that one behind the flashpoint pop as well. That was interesting.
He did some damage already, so he already knew that one player was going to be hiding behind the box on short. But when you see the flashpoint coming out, I mean, you do just have to commit to the spray, right? Like, it's very frustrating to be killed through flash, but look, his reticule's already there. Sorry, his crosshair is already there. He's already focusing on that point anyway, so it's always a little bit annoying, but at the same time, you can expect it when they know where you are. 6-1 now to Bonk. And the money again, bit of a struggle for Prodigy. Can we see anyone world star with the Sheriff? Hip's going to be able to walk his way comfortably into Garage. Does spot one onto C, and it is going to be Ziz taken down. Rhyme also finding Yacine, so the Sheriff's doing their job, but melonhead responds with one of his own with the operator. But they do have the player advantage, Prodigy here, but as I say that, evened up by melonhead. He's really turning up with his op today.
Yeah, again, finding two as well. The push through B side, you can see the shrouded step popped and it broke line of sight with Sayf, but melonhead privy to the possibility of a play in there. pAura, meanwhile, walked his way all the way through to hell on A. Bonkar potentially going to get a peek onto one of his teammates, either on Sewer or actually the cloud burst curved round the corner from short there to break off the line of sights, but he hasn't pushed through just yet. The Spike actually going to retreat back to the attacker spawn here. They're going to leave one player lurking in hell. Maybe to just look for a cheeky little rotation kill. Sayf still expecting something on the front of B, but you can see already Spike has gone all the way down C long. melonhead actually a rare miss from him. Flash through, but again, this was the lurk here. The Spike's going to get planted elsewhere, and now they still have pAura here looking for it, and he's actually going to pick up one of those kills. Bonkar going to fall as he comes out from heaven, so Sayf needs to be aware now. There could be a flank coming from spawn side.
Oh, no.
pAura's going to find a second.
melonhead just went straight into the Cypher there. And it's all going to come down to Sayf now. Is Sayf going to save? Doesn't have time to just willy-nilly his way around through mid, so it looks like he is not committing to this one. And that is a shame for Bonk. Prodigy on the eco round, just some big Sheriff shots doing the damage, and then the lurk was huge. Having the SMG available as well. Prodigy will put their second on the board here, Hypok, and a very impressive Thrifty.
Yeah, I mean, the lurk worked out really, really well for them. They had absolutely no idea if I was going to be there. Again, melonhead unfortunately misses in two, so I can't help but feel like somebody should have stayed with Bonkar to clean up that lurk. Maybe they would have had a chance to take a 3v2 retake. But heads up rotation from Prodigy nonetheless to wrap that Spike all the way through spawn back to C long.
It's rounds like that you just really can't afford to lose, but at the same time, you can't really predict someone just popping you from Garage there. A little bit too comfortable, maybe the entrance into Garage. I know they did use dark cover to kind of smoke off the window a little bit, as Rhyme now is going to start thinking about pushing up C long as we get double dark cover. Lucker gets the opening onto melonhead, but at least Yacine can find pAura to even things out. Will we see Prodigy try and focus A here, or are they going to go for the same success they found in the previous round at C? And both Omens just kind of having a sniff at each other at C at the moment, saying like, no, you teleport towards me. No, you teleport towards me. But no teleports just yet. Instead, we're going to see the A push, it looks like, at the moment from Prodigy.
You see it. Three players heading towards sewers now. Hip actually hiding in the corner, hoping the owl drone will time out. It will indeed. So no information spotted on that. That's going to pull Sayf back towards the spawn, but he's actually going to send out a recon bolt here. He's going to send one high up in the sky. If that lands and finds anything, you can see it's gone all the way towards mid window. But again, no information from the owl drone, so that baited the rotation out. Yacine has made his way up to heaven. Wall's going to go up, cover and spawn. Showstopper gets popped. That's going to shut down Turko on default. Spike will fall. And then Sayf will find Rhyme elsewhere. Again, the paint shell thrown down. Not going to do too much damage onto default. Maybe just miscalculation on that one. But Spike will get planted. Lucker's going to back all the way up too long because he's got the operator in hand. Let's see what they can do with this retake this time.
And that's where the showstopper could be so effective, just denying the plan initially, but Lucker has the op, takes down Yacine. And now it's going to be down to the remaining 3 on Bonk as they push in all together as an absolute wolf pack. But Hip's going to be there alongside Lucker to cover his angles. Lucker gets one, Hip gets the second. Lucker whips out the Sheriff, doesn't quite get it. Safe in a 1v1, but Hip is there to clean things up, making it 6-3. And it was a very early rotate off the site from Bonk, and I don't know whether that was because of the recon drone, the owl drone coming out and not getting the information, or whether it was on the side of Prodigy, the dark cover being sent across the map by Rhyme. But either way, they left A site so comfortable to be walked upon. And now that's given Prodigy a ticket back into this game at 6-3.
Yeah, really unfortunate timing again. Just breaking line of sight with the owl drone. Baited out that rotation a little bit. Yacine sent up to heaven. Again, he had the showstopper, so he denied the first plant. Unfortunately, the paint shell didn't land on the second. Melonhead actually going to pop Rolling Thunder all the way through to the spawn here. See, that's going to catch Lucker in window, but again, he's not going to find anything from that. Rhyme just sat all the way back in the garden, up on the ledge. It's the freest kill we'll see for a while. Now, pAura also going to find Yacine at C long. Whether or not pAura knows there's a second here. There's a frenzy waiting for you. There you go. Ziz going to get himself an upgrade to a Vandal. But, wonder if they're going to push through and try and force another fight out of this round.
Yeah, Ziz looks like he's wanting a little bit of something here down at C-Long. Just kind of poking towards the attacker's spawn, but Turko has eyes on it, or at least he did. Just as he turns away, that's when the peek comes through, but Turko's still connecting with the shots. Decent Vandal work from him, which gives just, again, more of a player advantage here for Prodigy. And around they should really be winning, considering it is an eco for Bonk. I'm being told elsewhere that we did see a victory. Party Pirates beat Bread Hunters 2-0 in their first series of the day. The second map going 13-5 in favor of Party Pirates. So Bread Hunters are second Turkish team in the tournament, not able to pick up a map just yet. And the CIS Party Pirates region just showing their dominance. So we'll see how they perform later on, as we are going to see a slow walk up to C-Long. There is one player waiting for them. It's going to be Sayf. Connects with one. Can't pick it through, though. It's such a shame it was a stinger. Anything else there, he might have been able to do some real damage. But bonkar is going to be all up against it here in a 1 versus 3.
And again, definitely don't think it's worked here. Maybe just look for some damage on the economy. He's going to get spotted out. Bonkar with the Bucky in hand again. Maybe looking to cause some more upsets, but all they need to do, they just need to keep him at arm's length here. They don't need to get into right-click range, because we've seen what this guy can do.
Maybe all 3 of them will just line up for him. Who knows?
Yeah, well, you'd love to see it, right?
Doesn't connect with it, though. Not going to happen this time. Turko gets his 3rd. And after 10 rounds, Prodigy have been able to bring this one back. Bonk looked like they were dominating Haven, but it was the same story, really, on split. Bonk were up 8-4 after the first half, and then Prodigy came back to win in just a single overtime ruling. Unfortunately, due to a potential issue with Valorant at the moment, we weren't able to play the new overtime rules in a custom game. And I imagine, unless we get news otherwise, it will be default overtime rules for all games following as well, so just the 1 round. But we'll worry about that if it pops up again. For now, we're still in the first half here as Bonk get the opening frag. pAura falls to Melonhead. And Boombot won't get much information, aside from there are players in lobby, and sometimes that is all the information you need. It's now Sayf will try to find a little bit more, but the owl drone doesn't get far enough to tag anyone. Rhyme will take down Yacine, and now here's the res from Hip. That means the advantage is there yet again, but the aggression from Bonk, as soon as that res came through, they said, look, let's all peek together. They take down 3, and now just 2 remaining players from Prodigy, to try and rescue something in this round.
You see Recon Bolt going to go up there. It's going to spot both of them as well, so going to get the information over. Just going to hold on to the A site. Fight going back towards the defensive spawn here. You can see little bit of a flex out from Ziz over towards C long. So whether or not they're going to be able to get onto a site here and get the spike down, we'll have to wait and see.
30 seconds to try and do something anyway. They will be walking straight into Ziz here. How's your spray down control? Oh, Turko just with the wide peak there, denying any sort of chance of Ziz to even react to anything. Only 15 seconds to quickly push up the site.
6 HP on bonkar. That could be an issue here. Turko going to take tag on the first Hunter's Fury. He's got to try and get the spike down, though. He's going to get it down just 0.2 of a second before time runs out. Hip's going to find melonhead, and we know bonkar's already down to 6 HP, so it's going to be a difficult peak for him. Sayf over towards the spawn side. Rolling Thunder going to get popped. They're going to invest that here. They really want to force defenders back here. Sayf not going to find anything with that first peak. There you go, the double peak comes out. Turko will find Sayf. Now bonkar comes out, but he was one shot. Hip will land the last bullet necessary. We've got ourselves potentially a 6-6 on the card, depending on the economy here. We get a chance to take a look at it before this round starts, and again, things have been turned around.
How have they won that round? 2 versus 4. They had no right whatsoever to come back into it. They even had the Silver ult was there. Hunter's Fury came out to try and deny the plant, but well dodged. Ensured that he got the spike down just in time. But realistically, Bonk had to have done better there. Ziz will be very disappointed, I think, holding that angle that he didn't manage to connect and kill one, as we see the new judge available from the Elder Flame set as well. As Rhyme is going to teleport all his way onto C site, and there is no one there waiting. Bonk, they banked on it being A or B, and it's not going to be.
Yeah, I mean, sure, if the TP's that free, yeah, take the site. Paranoia going to get pushed through towards the defensive spawn. Sayf going to lose his owl drone for it, but a little bit of information gained nonetheless. Fault line sent back through to back site, and actually the charge going through as well, but not going to do too much damage. Bonkar with a bucky again. Bladestorm does get popped by luckerrr after finding a kill. Melonhead comes through, finds one. pAura will trade that back out. Sayf will find pAura, though. Still very much doable for them here. Bladestorm going to get shut down. Sayf going to find 2. That's his 4th. There you go. They will fall. And the defuse will come through. That was a really nice retake there after seemingly leaving C site open for the taking.
Yeah, there was a couple of weak buys there from Bonk as well. And then there was a judge in one of the players' hands. But they've done what they can with it, and they walk away with a 7-5 lead after the half. And now we get to switch things up. We get to see what Bonk have to offer when they're attacking. I think Prodigy will be pretty happy with 5 rounds, considering how the game started. They lost, well, look, they were down 6-1 before they won 4 on the bounce. But it's going to be about now Bonk with a composition that arguably is more about attacking than defending. Are they going to be able to shine here on Haven, which also arguably is a somewhat more attacking map if played correctly? Certainly setting up at the moment for a C push with these pistols. Just the one player lurking towards window, and it is going to be an aggressive push from the Sage, and actually Hip was that Sage, and the aggression pays off. So now it's now or never for the rest of Bonk as they burst onto C site. Yacine tries to tag a couple of players in garage, does have paint shells to work with towards defenders spawn. The spike will go down, and then the retake is going to have to happen here for Prodigy. Yacine just about surviving. That was so unlucky. If that was a little bit more to the left, who knows what would have happened there. pAura is going to be the first one to push onto site, but he is just being attacked by blast packs at this point. Prodigy have time to work with here, though.
They do indeed. Sayf going to find luckerrr as well, so Hip going to look for something coming out. Paranoia gets popped. Yacine completely blinded by that one. Hip and Turko will combine to find Ziz and Yacine. They're going to get themselves onto site. Turko will find another one. Sayf now with a lineup for the shock dart. Going to send the first one out. That's going to do a lot of damage to them. But actually, it's going to miss. It's going to land on top of the box. Ooh, he was a bit off with his lineup there, and Sayf will get spotted out anyway. Again, I like playing for the safety there of the setup with the shock dart, but it didn't even land in the first place. And Hip was full HP. I thought it was maybe the health bar was sat just off for me on the observer view, and I thought it was going to catch that first kill.
Yeah, I guess he is hoping that his team is going to do a little bit more damage there and hoping that the diffuser is going to be somewhat more weak so the shock dart can do some damage. But you're right. I think he was a little bit off. And if you're going to be sitting off site and going for that kind of play, maybe it has to be better. Although, I guess we could say that after his teammates got eliminated, maybe it was just a backup plan of, all right, well, I'll try and line up a shock dart.
Yes, yeah. Fall back and then try and take the insurance policy.
Rather than it being a predetermined lineup that he's practiced time and time again. Recon Dart comes out straight away, shot out of the sky, so no information as to where those players are going to be. Just the one over at A at the moment, and it's a heavy stack towards C for both teams, realistically. Two players just waiting in the cubby near B. But are any of the Prodigy going to play ball here? Looks like they're more than happy to wait and be patient, and I think patience is key on rounds like this.
It is, yeah. Very, very slow approach to this one. See some dark cover going down towards C long. We did see Hip stacked up behind the crate with the Spectre, though, and now information going to come out. Paranoia pop both ways now. That's going to force him back down C long, but no rotation baited out just yet. But Bonk have made their way through B. They're actually pushing towards A link here with two players. Bonkar, frenzy in hand, maybe going to try and get an entry onto the backside of A. You can see Jet now rotating back over. pAura's going to get first contact here. And he get double peek. luckerrr's going to find two, though. That's going to shut down that flank nicely. Here come the reinforcements down A long. There's two trap wires down here, so the information's going to be there where you get close. The second one gets popped as well. luckerrr will find a third. Just two members left now for Bonk. Spike needs to go down, and he's going to fall on site. And one player down, low HP. luckerrr will find his fourth. Really impressive hold with the Spectre there on A side.
Hasn't upgraded the frenzy. I'm disappointed, but it's okay. I'll let them off. 7-7, 16 and 10 for Bonkar at the moment. I mean, he had a great first half. Ziz, on the other end, only 6 and 10, but could argue he was caught in a couple of tricky situations. For Bonk, they have their rifles now, and it is going to be, of course, a weak buy from Prodigy going into the ever mysterious third round of a half. Sayf has an owl drone just to pop out of window here to see if he can get any information. No one facing down middle. It is just going to be the Cypher on the site and a trap there. He's not able to hit the trap. Yes, he is. That's well used. That's how to utilize the owl drone perfectly. And so much utility coming out to slow here on B site. Maybe preemptively, to be honest, because no one was actually pushing there in middle. So very well done by Bonk to try and bait out some of that.
Now we're going to see this one slow down. Spike is still over towards mid window. You can see Yacine's made it all the way up into garage window. Turko may be completely unaware of this one. I don't think there's been any audio cue. He's just going to swing round on it. Yacine's going to find him with a phantom. Paint shell going to get popped out. pAura also going to peek into it. Yacine will drop him with the headshot as well. This is a really good move here from Yacine. Saw him perform very well on the first. He's just going to come around and flank into the backside of C site, and now we're going to see Spike get planted in the open all the way back for long, and Sayf going to back up with the Sova all the way down there. Maybe we're going to see a shock dart set up again, but Yacine all the way back in the defensive spawn, and Bonkar maybe going to get contact here through from C link. Actually, he's going to peek out the casual drop. You will find luckerrr, but Hip there for the trade, but he has no idea. Yacine is behind him. There you go. Really nice round from Yacine again there. Nice little slow flank coming through. Found two to get the entry through garage and set that up for his team. And then that lurk back in the defensive spawn paying off as well for the third.
Finally, a bit of normality restored. The amount of times in this tournament we've seen that third round go to the team who had the weaker bye has been insane. We've seen a couple of weird force-ups as well throughout the tournament, but a little bit of normality restored as Bonk take a lead now here on Haven. We do have the op available for luckerrr, though, and we know what that means. It's going to be a scary, scary time if you're going to be faced by him or trying to push a site that he is holding. Showstopper will come out to get some sheer aggression here on B. The rocket fuse almost depleted at this point, and he's not even opting to fire in it. Doesn't even want to try and risk it for the chocolate biscuit. But he's got control of site, as you say, but he's not able to do enough with it. At least this gets the reply onto Rhyme. Now B site has been secured. Gong is there and available for Ziz. They're not opting to plant. Instead, they wanted to look and try and push to a different site, and it hasn't really worked out for them. Bonker and Sayf will at least be able to rescue something. Sayf going huge, getting two, down to just 1 HP. got the spike, and it's a 1 versus 1 with 1 HP.
Yeah, and actually, you can see Luck has actually headed all the way around to A link here. Going to expect him still to be lurking on that side of B site, but we spotted out the trap wire. He's going to send his recon onto C site, and that's going to give the bait out on the minimap, because obviously Lucka sees that. So you can see already he's backtracking over towards C. He didn't break the trip wire as well, so that information you're going to get relayed to Lucka for sure. And now it's going to give Sayf an opportunity to move through A link. I actually like this. He's definitely playing this right for having 1 HP. Doesn't want to take the engagement, but throwing down a little bit of a bait, and he's going to get himself onto A site for free. Going to get the spike down potentially under heaven here. Yeah, he's going to get his ultimate, and that's pretty huge. Recon back in 1 second as well, so he can just set up to deny the defuse on this one. Lucka needs to get over there quick, though, and negate some of the time that he's trying to burn.
Time certainly against him at the moment. Has to rush onto this site, which he does. We get a nice little split screen as the Hunter's Fury comes out just to deny him off the plan. He wasn't able to get it halfway. Attack him half side. He gets him twice. 1 HP. He clutches the round. Lucka just not able to get out of dodge. And that's going to be a 9-7 lead for Bonk in a round that you could say should have gone to Prodigy if it wasn't for Sayf clutching up. 3K for him. And really, really well played, and recognizing that he had to kind of work the map a little bit before he just pushed onto the site and got the spike down. And Hunter's Fury, of course, was huge getting that with the plan.
Yeah, definitely. And again, securing that and playing a really strong post-pump position. But, you know, landed two pretty impressive Hunter's Fury blows, to be honest with you. Obviously, Lucka using the updraft to try and avoid it as best he could, but really, really impressive clutch up there from Sayf. pAura gonna find himself a lot of contact down on A long here. Cybercase goes up, but that's not going to stop the inevitable. And here you go. The A push comes through again from Bonk. And they're going to get themselves onto site. Spike will go down. Lucka, meanwhile, trying to flank through from the attacker spawn. He's going to find 2 over here up inside A lobby, but Peak doesn't come out just yet. Melonhead on top of the box, and Ziz actually peeking underneath his feet. He doesn't want any of that smoke.
Rhyme doesn't get the flick onto Yacine. And this is going to be a comfortable round for Bonk in the end. Prodigy just have to play for exits and allow a 3-round deficit. Bonk look far more comfortable attacking than they did defending, if I'm completely honest, and I think that's to be expected considering the composition they've gone for here. The lack of Sage was a big talking point coming into this game, and well, after the game of Split, Sayf will at least find Lucka. And Turko in it. All 3 of them are found, and unfortunately not able to deny any guns on the side of Prodigy, but the rebuy available for them now. Will bonkar change this Bulldog to a rifle, though? A proper rifle, I should say. I mean, what's your thoughts later? Because I mean, obviously he's saving money.
What's wrong with the Bulldog?
I hate the Bulldog. The amount of times I will be in a situation where I'll try and spray someone down and I'll hit them for like, I don't know, 138. And I'm like, well, if I had a Phantom, or if I had a Vandal.
There's your first problem. Trying to spray the Bulldog, it cannot be tamed. It cannot be tamed.
Fair enough. I am not a zooming in man, though. Are you a scoper with the Bulldog? Is that what you do? You go for the little bit of the burst fire?
I like the burst, yeah, but again, it's a bit better application than the Spectre. You can tap a lot better as it is. Talking about tapping, pAura going to find 2. Yacine and bonkar will fall pretty early into this round. Sayf now set up with the recon, sending that one through the dark cover. They're ready to just try and get some cheese through. Melonhead going to find Rhyme on backside, though, and that's going to give them control. Yeah, pAura will find his 3rd on the round. Paranoia gets sent through Garage. Is he going to push through and find that kill? There you go. Ziz will finally shut down pAura before he gets another. Spike is down now. 3v2 retake situation here for Prodigy. And this is a round they definitely need. They're going to invest a revive here. pAura back on his feet. Lucka will find Sayf. Ziz now still on the backside. Lucka will find a 2nd. And there you go. As I said, a round they needed to get back on. And that brings the scoreline a bit more attractive for them. 10-8 now. I really like that retake, Dan.
Yeah, just confidence from Lucka. I mean, the double peek with the op and 2 players facing him 1 by 1 because they had to cover every single angle. They couldn't really watch an angle together there. It's always difficult on C site when it's just the two of you. I have to worry about various different entrance points, but another closely contested game between these two teams, and I think we expected that. Looking at the lineups, looking at their history, we knew that it was going to be quite tough. But when you throw party parrots into the equation as well in this group, it's going to be a shame to see one of these teams eliminated from Group B. And of course, two teams have to be eliminated. I know I'm counting out Bread Hunters, and maybe I shouldn't, but after they lost 2-0 to Party Parrots, I don't feel like they will step up to the plate against the other three squads, but I am happy to be proved wrong. As Yacine has managed to work his way up C-Long very early here.
Yeah, and again, another one coming. Roll Thunder going to get popped. Recon Bolt goes down. Actually, counter Rolling Thunder goes down onto Long. There he goes. Ziz going to find one. Rhyme going to find three. That's a fantastic turn from Rhyme there, down to 31 HP, but we'll get the heal off his Sage. The counter Rolling Thunder too strong there. That was insane. Hip going to find Sayf. That just leaves one player remaining. It's Bonk for Bonkar. See if he can get anything done in a 1v4 situation here.
I guess we see the sheer amount of power of Breach and what Rolling Thunder has to offer, not just as an aggressive ability, but a defensive one too. Three players were just left for dead, sitting ducks on the site. As Bonkar not able to do anything except fall to Lucker's op. And 10-9, Prodigy starting to bring this one back in. They're starting to look a little bit more comfortable with their holds on sites. And Bonk have to go back to the playbook here because I don't know whether they are just becoming a little bit too predictable from Prodigy or whether it's just down to these ultimates that haven't really worked out for them. When you commit a Rolling Thunder to a site, you expect to be able to push onto that site comfortably, but maybe they had to have a little look at the top of their screen and recognize there was a Rolling Thunder as a possibility, as a counteracting situation for them. And it's going to be a very weird buy again for Prodigy. They're going to have two Bulldogs to work with, but they're more than happy to do so. They just want to keep this economy healthy.
Are we going to overtime again? This is another really, really close game, Dan.
Well, if we do go to overtime, we'll see what happens there. It's going to be an interesting one. Who knows? We'll find out. I think we'll just be normal old school. Play one. If you win it, you win. But maybe we won't get there. Maybe one of these teams can separate themselves from the other. We're going to see a very slow, methodical push here from Bonk this time, just trying to scout out various places. But Yacine was the one player who did push up aggressively on middle, and he's caught out by pAura. And I've got to say, pAura has done so well on the Cypher all day.
Oh, Lucker.
Well, there was no luck about those two shots. Absolutely phenomenal opping from him.
He's been so consistent today. So consistent.
It's just made it so difficult for Bonk to really get anything started, because when they walk around the corner, they're getting it destroyed by an op. But Ziz takes down Hip, which at least makes this doable. A 2 versus 3. Trapwire is going to reveal their location, but they should be able to get the spike down if they are quick here. You know that Lucker is around A, and that's where the dark cover comes out yet again, but reluctancy to plant at the moment. As the ultimate comes through on the other side by Rhyme, just to reposition, and that means that the rest of the team of Bonk are going to say, all right, well, if you're going to be teleporting, we know where you were. We're going to head over towards C, but they need to get the spike down soon, and they haven't been able to do so.
Melonhead peeling back there, buying so much time. The fault line, that gets sent out, stuns them both. Then the aftershock onto site, and also the flashpoint, literally denying the plant with all of his utility there. That was fantastic play from Melonhead.
And we're all square at 10-10. Unfortunately, just weren't able to push onto the site quick enough, and I like what Rhyme had to offer as well, just using the ultimate. Really, is a scare factor. Teleporting into the window and forcing them off the B site. You could argue that Bonk could have maybe put the bomb down a little bit earlier on B, but doesn't really matter now as we find ourselves at 10-10. A little bit of aggression here at C-Long. Showstopper comes through, but it's not going to work out. They've gone through Garage. You've got a Boombot to work with at the same time. Lucker gets the opening onto Ziz. pAura takes down Yacine as well. It's just pistols to work with for Lucker in the back pocket, but he is just destroying the opposition at this point. Spike is down. They've got control of it as C-Long. This is another round that is going to go in favor of Prodigy.
The comeback, definitely real here. See Bonkar moving through The defensive spawn. He's probably going to meet pAura at some point. Oh, actually just backing up. The perfect time, but there you go. Going to get counter peeked by somebody else. Cage comes down. He's waiting for that peek. pAura will find him. That's 3 on the round for him. Again, really nice round. Again, one of those economy wins. But nonetheless, they're going to put their 11th on the board. And this is, again, we're into a full buy now. And you can see the money situation for Bonk. They need this one. They really need this one, Dan.
They do indeed. And otherwise, they're going to find themselves down 12-10. And we saw what happened previously with the overtime. It just didn't go in their favor, unfortunately. But at 11-10 now, Prodigy just showing a sheer amount of confidence, really, just pushing up and getting aggressive down middle. Look at the Sage just pushing towards the window now. And there's so much information being gained here by Hip. And he might even spot the spike. This could be massive for Prodigy, but Sayf at least will gain some sort of information to spot him out of window. And then we see pAura pushing up as well from Prodigy. So it's 4 versus 4. Neural Theft will come out now to gain all the info needed. But at least Bonk were able to stop that flank around. Otherwise, that could have been scary.
Yeah, luckerrr again looking for something down in sewers with the operator. Neural Theft did get popped there, so information going to go towards the side. And actually, pAura going to peek out, find Yacine just as they try and rotate away. But Spike has made it all the way down to grass. luckerr's going to find a second. Melonhead will fall. Ziz now in a position they're pushing through garage. The 2-man of Bonk. We're going to have to find something. Shrouded Step maybe going to bait out an audio cue here, but I'm not sure Turko is going to buy into it. The tripwire popped actually. That was why the Shrouded Step came out, just to avoid that. We can't see that one in the observer, so apologies. Fault line going to get popped. Spike will go down, but all 3 players outside the defensive spawn already. Aftershock comes through. pAura's going to find a third. Turko will find Ziz. And that will be the cleanup and the defuse.
They definitely laughed when you said 2-man Bonk, but 12-10 now for Prodigy and 1 round away from taking this series. It was a difficult series to call. I mean, I've seen predictions online of various Valorant community members, commentators, coaches, and it was kind of split evenly between Bonk and Prodigy. And I think we can see that in just how these games have played out and how closely contested they have been. But 5 rounds in a row for Prodigy, just shutting down Bonk on this attacking side. What can we see? Can they pull out the stops in this one here? Bonk, they just have a couple of bulldogs to work with. pAura gets the initial frag yet again. The spray down through the wall, hitting Melonhead, and the trade can't come out. 16 HP. But can he get away? And he can get healed. And that's the difference, having the Sage available, which Bonk haven't been able to do throughout the entirety of these first 2 games. They haven't been able to retreat, heal up, and then get back in the action.
Now things going to slow down. pAura still aware of some presence in sewer, but you can see already a push coming out onto B side. Actually, Hip going to go down to the paranoia. Actually finds 1 before falling. Ziz will find the trade. luckerrr finds bonker elsewhere. Sayf now going to see peek into that. Turko will land the headshot with the Vandal. But again, this is the last one up for Bonk again, and an absolute mountain to climb if you want to keep this game alive. Because he is in a 1v4 situation. He just found the trap wire there. He's had to Shrouded Step across that one. He's going to make a play for the spike, but I mean, look at it. They're swarming around now. They're just on the hunt. And there you go. pAura will find the headshot with the Vandal, and that will be it. 13-10 to Prodigy on Haven. And that will be